My name is John Jurewicz. My wife Jean and I live in Palatine, Illinois. It's a suburb of Chicago. And growing up, I really didn't know what I really wanted to do. So I went to a junior college, and at the same time, I got a job selling TVs, stereos, and some minor appliances. It was a good job. The problem is, the company closed. So went and found another part-time job while I was going to school, selling appliances again. Still trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and I became interested in cars at the time. Next thing I know, the company that I was working with there part-time closed. So then I went and started working at Montgomery Ward's, but there was no future there in being a mechanic because the people there just didn't make too much. So I went and worked over at Goodyear for a while. And things started going good. They gave me training. Things were going well. We got married, and then they started changing the compensation plan. And so now you're not only working to do the work, you're working to get the work, and they kept changing it, and I found another place that was hiring, so I went there, and it was a small place, so I asked the owner, now, you're going to be here for a while, this is some little flash in the pan, and he told me he worked the whole previous year for free learning the industry, and so I felt kind of secure with that. It was very close to home, so I worked there. It was a good place to work, but then 9/11 hit, and the owner didn't show up anymore. So now I'm working the front and the back. And years later, the next thing I hear is he's changing it into a strip mall and a bank. And at the same time, he went to my wife's place where she was working, trying to get insurance while I was going to be looking for another job. And they cut her down to part-time and cut all her benefits. So we were at a crossroads and really didn't feel any security with the job. And as I look back on my life, I cannot believe all the different jobs that I've had where the companies have closed down. I worked at part-time sales, but the main thing I did for 23 years was an auto mechanic. I was a certified master auto tech. And the problem is, you're working in an environment where you're breathing chemicals, and it just messed up my sinuses. I was getting colds and sinus infections all the time. I had very bad tennis elbow. Matter of fact, when the tool guys would come in to try to sell you tools, I didn't need tools at that time. I told them I needed a rebuilt respiratory system. Well, just like all the other places, the place that I worked at decided to change into a strip mall and a bank. We went to my wife's work to get insurance. They dropped her down to part-time, cut all her benefits. So we were looking for other options. We just didn't feel any security with the job. And so we started looking around. We were looking for something just for an extra $1,000, $1,200 a month, so that if it ever happened again, you'd still have some type of income coming in. And we got introduced through an ad to a company called Xango, and heard some really great stories that people were having on the products. I started taking it within a few weeks. I got some benefits with the sinuses, but I didn't get any benefits with the tennis elbow. And I remember it was like a little over 3 months later, I was talking with another team member, and they were asking me, how's your arm doing? And how soon we are to forget when something gets better, but it took a little over 3 months, and that got some results. Well, at the same time, we were sharing this with other people, and we started growing a business. And that fall, as other members on our team were encouraging us to go to the convention that the company had. And of course, I'm sitting here with the mindset of a employee, thinking that, well, the company should pay for us to go, because when I got training as a mechanic, the company's always paid, and we got the knowledge on how to do it, and then they could have us do more things at the job. But as I was talking, because I'm kind of a numbers person, one of the leaders on our team said, you're going to learn enough in 3 days, it'll compact about 6 months worth of learning into 3 days. And being a numbers person, that made sense to me. When we went to that first convention, I saw average people from all walks of life. I saw doctors there, I saw housewives, I saw electrical linemen there, and it seemed like everybody had a story. A lot of people were getting great results, but they were having success in this business. And just being around the people there, they were doing it, and the thought my wife and I said, if they can do it, why can't we do it? And I remember on the way home, we were really excited because while we were there at the convention, we didn't put any time into the business, but our business grew while we were away. And so that really helped me understand better about leverage. And so on the way home, my wife goes, we are not supplementing our income. And I'm sitting there, no? After you've gone to this great convention? She goes, no, we're going to replace it. And we made our decision there that day that we were going to replace our income. I haven't had to have a job now for 9 years, 8 years for Gina, and things are cranking up again, and the excitement is building. So now is an excellent time if you're looking for something and you're sick of what a job has to give you. Climb on board.